we should be good all the way around. Okay, let's rock it. And a little bit more, a little bit there, a little bit there. Okay, should be good to go. I'm going to move this and I want to bring it just about to there. Not quite out of the picture. Really? And that's way out of the picture. That's okay though. Don't need it all the way in. Okay. There we are. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome in. Hi, Dragonfly. George, what's up? Cody, how are ya? So, first things we're making tonight, we are going to be doing a memorial marble for one of my longtime followers on TikTok, who has been a fantastic person to have along. So, yeah, we're going to be doing her memorial here. Warm up a tiny bit. Let's get everything prepped out here. Got that one. And if I am lucky, I will have this. There we go. Hey, Colleen, how are you? What's up? How you doing? Good to see everyone tonight. Okay, so we're going to split this one. And drop that there and that one there. I cleaned my bench, by the way. I made it look pretty for the moment. All right, Lori is in the house. Hi, Lori. How are you? I was waiting for you to log on. So Lori is in the house, so we can get rolling now. Hey, I saw the colors. I read the note. You said purple, but in the chat you said blue. Would you prefer purple or blue, or you want me to mix it up? All up to you, Lori. You just let me know. Purple? You got it. Yeah, we will do some purple. It's going to look fantastic. My night is good. What's up, Koi? How's everyone doing tonight? Good to see ya. I am using my wireless microphone tonight. We have the little lavalier going. So if something sounds completely off, let me know. But I wanted to do the lav mic tonight. I keep forgetting I have this thing, and it's absolutely amazing. So these are the ashes down here that Lori had provided. And we're going to be making a memorial for her. I do need my handy little drill guy here, just in case. How are we doing on battery? Oh, we're full. We are actually good to go all the way around. Mic sounds great. Good. Yeah, I forget about this lavalier mic that I have. It works really good. It just always feels funky wiring up, you know? I am on a little early tonight. I had scheduled a time with Lori. Like I said, she is one of my longtime followers on TikTok. So we are creating a amazing memorial for her. We're going to do you care about the pattern, Lori, or you just want me to go nuts? Make it look good. There we go. Okay. We're going to have some fun then. We are going to make it look amazing. So first things first, we're going to take this really, really dark purple. This right here, this is called grape. It is exactly what it sounds like a grape color, dark grape. And we're going to mix that in and drill mix this into some clear with the ashes. And then we're going to start taking some of the other purple. I've got the tanzanite purple out here, which I don't use that often. Oh, thank you, Lori. I appreciate that. So we're going to start dipping the ashes right now. And we're going to start building this in here. And mixing it in. And we're going to dip again. Like that. So you can kind of see the ashes on there. I'm sorry if it's too personal, Lori, on this one, but I do like to show it. So there's the ash. And then we're going to burn it in a little bit. Oh, Kath, how are you? Good to see you. And everybody that was on my live earlier today that I didn't even know I was on, thank you for hanging out with me for a minute, but I was adjusting screens and stuff. I didn't even know it was live until Dragonfly texted me. Thank goodness. It is an absolute wonderful way to commemorate someone. All right, we're going to keep adding more in here as we go. You got to do this in stages too. You can't just go willy-nilly and throw everything at once. You have to build it up in little bits at a time. So we're going to bring it through. Mix it in a little bit more. And I think we got enough of this darker color on here for now. We're going to set that off to the side. And we're going to use some clear to mix everything in. Actually, I'm going to use some white. We're going to do that. Because I think this needs a little punch to it. Love Doctor, we are making a memorial for Lori on here. She is currently watching this being made. And this is for her. And so it contains ash. If I read it right, I believe it was your sister, you said. So we're creating Lori's memorial live. That it absolutely is correct, Beth. Then we're going to mix a little bit of the white in here. Yeah. Thank you for the note, by the way. It helps a lot. And we're going to mix a little bit of this in here. So right now we are in the process of putting the ash or the cremains into this right now. This is the beginning stage of it. It does take a team. It takes a jungle. What do they take? A zoo? Jungle? Zoo? I think it was. What they call it? It takes a zoo? Something like that. Anthony, how are you? All right, we're going to mix a little bit more of this white here. Then we're going to use the drill. We're going to drill mix things in. And we're going to start creating a pretty amazing marble here. We're going to do a lot of different things to this to make it look really good. Right now, I'm just building the base of it up. Actually, a tiny bit more ash. So I am adding the cremains in here. This is the cremated cremains right there. They enter in the flame, and you can see it kind of changes color. It's actually pretty beautiful when that happens. And then they start blending into the glass. And then we're going to take a little bit here, mix it in a tiny bit more. Like that. And separate from here. All right, we are good with that. Let's grab the drill and mix this glass in. So we're going to start here and just start blending. It's going to get loud for a minute. I apologize, but there's no way to avoid this. go. We're mixing it all in right now. All right, there we are. Then bring it out and separate it now at this point. There we are. Visible? They will be a little both. I'm going to move the cremains out of the way right now, so we don't want to get that mixed into anything else. Never seen me use the drill before. It's one of my favorite tools to use. Yeah, it is absolutely one of my favorite tools. We are making memorial marble. This is going to be in purple, and we might throw some pink in there to make it look good. And I got some surprise tricks up my sleeve for it. Because Lori has been with me a very long time on TikTok. She has been a follower for a really, really, really long time. So when I found out that she had a family member that passed away, I offered to do a memorial. Because she's an amazing person. And got to give back. All right, so this is a very deep dark purple, but we thinned it out with a little bit of white. So it created kind of a hybrid purple. Then we're going to separate here. All right, so this part right here contains all the cremains or the ash in it right now. And that is the main focus of it. The rest of it, we're gonna do everything to kind of accent it. First things we're gonna do, we're gonna grab the shimmer color that I absolutely love. And we're gonna throw some of the shimmer color on there. Back here. And we're going to infuse it in. Then we're going to use some other purples and highlight that. So right now we're just adding in the shimmer. This is the glass that looks like liquid metal. It is an absolute stunning color to work with. I thought I was going to be done with the drill, but I'm going to grab it one more time. We're going to mix this up a tiny bit more. There we go. Right at the edge here. All right, that should do it. Okay, now we should be done with the drill. I'm ambidextrous. Okay, so now we have the purple on there and we have the shimmer color. We're going to start incorporating a lot of different techniques on here. We're going to build in some different colors, lots of shades of purple. And like I said, we're going to throw a few tricks onto it too. So this is a light colored almost like a amethyst purple, a light amethyst color. And it is an extraordinary color to work with. We're going to grab that there, and we're going to go a little bit on the outside. On top of this shimmer color, it's going to look absolutely stunning. The only thing that sucks right now is this rod is super skinny, so it takes forever to get it in here. It takes forever. How's everybody doing tonight? Y'all having a good night? I hope so. We have good vibes tonight because, like I said, we're doing a memorial. Then afterwards, we have to work on that jellyfish I did last night. So I brought the jellyfish out of the kiln, and it looked absolutely stunning. The glowing tentacles are amazing. But there was a crack in a little tiny crack up by the hook, exactly where I thought it was going to be and where I was afraid. And there was a crack. So when I went to fix it, it created a longer crack, even though I soaked it for a long time. So I detached the jellyfish head to it, the little bobble. We're going to make another one and slap it on there. So it's going to be really good. What's up, Modest Mouse? How are ya? All right, so we got a nice purple right here. I do want to engage my outer flame. There we go. Let's kick it up a notch. Thank you, Ruthie. We're probably going to need another mold too, because I know this isn't going to be a tiny one. I'm going to bring it out here. There. I already know this isn't going to be tiny. I start off small, and then all of a sudden it's like, it grows. Thank you so much for the sun balloon. Is it Denton? I'm probably reading it wrong. I wish they made the print just a little bit bigger. Okay, we're going to bring this out here. And we're going to bring it down. That part's always pretty extremely satisfying when you do that. We are making a memorial marble. So we are infusing the colors into it right now. Then we're going to bring it down. And then one of my favorite purples, this is a tanzanite purple. I know the camera picks it up as a blue, but it's more tanzanite colored. And here we go. Oh, you haven't even seen anything yet. This marble's not even close to being done. Yeah, it is not even close to being done. What's up, Rocket? Oh, crap. I don't know. I'm going to show you before we add this on here because it looks really good. Can you see that reflective surface inside there where the purple is? I don't know if you can see how shiny and reflective that glass is right there. It's actually pretty stunning. Got to bust out the flashlight. There. Hopefully you can see how shimmery that is. And there's the purples coming through like that. Yeah, it is looking good. Now we're going to add the tanzanite. It is very shiny. It's going to look amazing when I get done. This is the Tanzanite Purple. I love this color. I don't use it that often anymore because, again, it's one of those expensive, funky colors to get. And I don't like stocking that much of it because of the price. And when it comes in big-ass rods. I mean, thick. They're like 1-inch chunks of glass. Like 1 inch in diameter. Actually bigger than 1 inch. Probably closer to 2. So you got to heat it all up and then work it down into a smaller size. All right, that adds a little bit to it right there. So this is layering on top of each other, one on top of another. There we go. Yeah, it can get very expensive very fast. Okay, we're going to bring it out and start working that in. Perfect. Yeah, I'm good with that. So we got multiple purples on the edge here. That's just on this edge. Do you sell your artworks that would pay for a lot of it? I always sell. I've been my full-time job for 31 years. If I didn't sell anything, I would not be doing this. I would probably have to quit. It's a little small. All right. Plan B. Got to use this one. Yeah, we're using a lot of color, special color. Lori has, this is someone that's followed me on TikTok for a very, very long time. And so, yeah, we're busting out the special stuff. I love what I do, yes. Okay, so this is a little punty right there. Now we can start working this whole other end. I got something really cool and special planned for it. All right, let's get this thing starting to push in. So right now I'm pushing this together. I want to create just a little thin barrier of clear in here. A little bit more. So we're just wedging. Sorry, I can't read the chat at the moment. I am a little bit focused on where I'm at right the moment. Just for a moment. There we go. We're building this layer of clear up. There, just like that. How hot is the flame? Roughly about 3,800 degrees Fahrenheit. What's up, Red Squeak? How are you? Jellyfish swam away. Yeah, it's roughly about 3,800. How much that torch stand? My guess is somewhere between 9 and 1,200. Not even close. I'm not making fun of you, but yeah, it's not even close. Yeah, just my torch is 40. I think I just priced it at 4,600. No, you could get really good at this in 6 months, Mario. I mean, you wouldn't be like Chihuly in 6 months, but you could definitely be really good. Depends on how much you practice. All right, we're going to bring this out and mellow it down. Looks like my arm's hella close to the flame when I do that, right? It's not very close, I promise you, but it looks really close, I know. Okay, so we got a dark purple, a lighter purple, the shimmer, a super dark purple in there, and I need one more thing here. I forgot to pull this out. So in this dish right here, that little white stuff right there that's rocking around in there, those are crushed opals. So those are tiny little opals that are crushed. And here we go. So we're going to add the dark purple again, because it's going to make the opals pop out. Yeah, opals, like crushed opal. So the opals are not natural. They are man-made. They are commonly referred to as Gilson. Gilson. Gilson opals. They are made in a laboratory, and they are designed to withstand a tremendous amount of heat. And they are literally like crystal opals, because a natural opal is so much water, the minute you introduce it to the flame, it'll just fry. It would literally like done. Okay, we're going to add the super dark here. Like that. Yeah, the opals are pretty, I don't use them that often. They are also not cheap, but it works. Okay, let's kick it on a notch. Okay. Bring my foot pedal back just a minute. And squishy. All right, kind of looks almost like an eyeball at the moment. Like that. Got a really dark center in there. All right, we're going to grab a tiny glass rod like this, and we're going to start dipping it into the opals and place the opals right above that black. So we're going to dip it in. It's going to grab a few of them. They're very, very fine little opals. I have seen fiery opal, yes. Yeah, remember I used to own a jewelry store in Florida. And one of the specialties was opals. Okay, we're going to take that and swirl it around. Then we're going to grab another layer and throw it on top. This one's got kind of like a green-blue color to it. And we're going to bring it out and start doing this folding technique, which is going to spread those opals out and up a little bit. And then it'll twist a little bit of that purple in there and give it some depth. Yeah, that looks good. So now every time I start adding clear on top of that spot where the opals are, it magnifies those opals. So the tiny little chunks of opal turn big from that process. But that little nub right there contains all the opals. And now we have to place the clear cap on top of that. And this is where it will magnify everything. Have I ever considered making an aquarium? Yeah, I actually have made an aquarium. I actually made an aquarium computer. So if you're not familiar, you can water cool computers with tubing. And I did several computers with blown glass tubing. But one of the builds I did was an aquarium. It's for a friend of mine, and he ordered the PC for his chiropractic studio. But he has a fish called fancy guppies. I didn't know fancy guppies were a real fish, but they are. So he asked if I could make his fancy guppies and put it inside the computer build on top of the tubing. So that's what we did. We did all watercolored tubing, all glass tubing for the water cooled. And we made fancy guppies. We put some seaweed, some coral. It just looked really amazing. Yeah, it was pretty cool. The fancy guppies were fun to make too. But I had no idea there was a fish called a fancy guppy. No idea on the planet that that is a real fish. I look like a rock star? Yeah, it's a good filter. It's just a filter. Okay, so we're going all the way around. Oh, those opals look really good. They're hard to see while it's hot, but yeah, they look good. So right now I'm building up the mass right here. Like that. Gonna separate that. Yeah, I've done all kinds of flowers. I like making flowers. They are like one of the most fun things you could do. Wouldn't mind a hand-blown patio pond base. All right, so next step, we got to get rid of that gap. So we're going to bring this out and just kind of melt it in. Get it looking good. How's everyone's night going? Y'all doing good? Everybody having a good night? I hope so. got to balance this out just a little. There. Okay, we're going to bring it down a notch because I need to focus the flame in between that gap. I'll do this. I forget I could do it on this end, and I'll show you what the filter does. So this filter is exactly like my glasses, other than my glasses have one extra layer on top of it. Welding shade number 3, but this is the same filter. But watch when I drop this in. See how we eliminate a lot of that super bright like that? Man, that's hot. That marble's hot. It's radiating. All right, lots of heat here. And we're going to start using the mold a lot more. Going to try and let it gravity drip down. And here we go. Yeah, I'm extremely happy with this so far. Man, the jellyfish kind of bummed me out. I pulled it out of the kiln this morning, and the top was cracked. So I went to fix it and ended up cracking it even worse from the crack that was there. Really? Damn it. Get off. Yeah, I don't like how that bench spot got maneuvered. So I ended up cracking the top. Oh, that's okay. So I ripped the top off, and we're going to put a new one on tonight. I already took the top off of it, and it's sitting in the kiln. I just wanted to leave it as a reference for size. Technically, I could have left it on there because I did end up fixing all the cracks out of it. But what happened is, as I fixed the crack, it left a little line, like a scar in it. And I didn't want that in there. It would be very hard to see that scar, but it was definitely there. So I did not want to leave that. Okay, we got this. We got to get rid of this little nipple on the end here. Like that. And then the next step is we're going to reverse the spot where we hold these rods. We're going to go off to the side. We're going to elongate this out a little bit. And then we're going to push it back together. And as I do that, it is going to spiral it up just a tiny bit. And that is the part that looks amazing. Your night's not going good? I'm so sorry to hear it. We'll try and make your night better. We can do that. What time is it here now? I don't know, like 7 something. Oh, shit. I've got a watch on. 7 o'clock. I always forget I have this thing on. All right, so we're going to put a punty right there. And then I'm going to break this one off, and we're going to put another one on the other end. What's up, Mike? Hey, I ended up sending you 2 hummingbirds. I don't know where the hell your birds are, but I ended up sending you 2 of them. So, you know, this is the last time we get it done. You have the worst luck, my friend. What's up, L to the B? Thank you, Lori. Oh, Lori, you haven't seen it done. We haven't done yet. We haven't finished yet, Lori. I'm not close to done. Y'all know me. I step it up for my friends. I'm probably loyal. As a friend, I'm probably way too loyal. I'm like loyal to a fault. Like a detriment to myself for that. These opals look awesome. I gotta show it. I really have to show this off. I promise you, we're gonna see the opals in here. Oh, with the flashlight. Oh my God, it looks good. I'll keep this hot on this end. I haven't done opal on this dark grape before. Woo-hoo. All right, here we go. Can you see the opals shining right in there? Right in the center? Those little green spots right in there? That's all opals in there. Oh my God, that looks good. Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. Okay, if I were a big chunk of glass, would I have a happy spot right here, or would I be far away? I would not be handy. All right, we're gonna have to do it the hard way. How much for an awesome cat and the video making it? It depends on the cat, the size, and I don't charge for the video. I just if you order something from me and I make it on live, I'm not charging you to make it on live. That's just part of what happens. Okay, so we're gonna attach that there. So the next thing is we're gonna heat up right around this middle section here. And we're gonna elongate this. We're gonna pull it apart a little bit. Okay. And then when we push it back together, it's going to create a natural spiral. So here we go. We're just going to heat up in one section here. I'm focused mostly in the middle. You're going to get some residual flame around to the two sides, but for the most part, the flame is focused right in the middle. You can see right there where I'm heating. Oh, I know, L to the B. How are you doing? We're making Lori a memorial marble, Lori. We got Lori's in the house. What's up, Gail? Yeah, these colors are really, really good. These colors are fantastic. All right, so we are just melting it right in there. It's going to take a minute. I'm going to have to do a very slow pull. Like that. I am doing good. You know, every day above ground is good. All right, so we're going to bring it back out and slowly pull. So the reason you're pulling slow on this If you pull too fast, these ends under here will pull very thin. But what happens if I'm pulling slow, these two little ends are smaller, they're thinner. So they cool off faster than the middle. So as I'm pulling it down, the two ends cool off and the middle stays hot. So it's pulling from the middle and no longer the two ends. If that makes any sense. I just probably explained it completely wrong. Okay. And here we go. One last little bit here. There. There, now we elongated it like that. Well, you could definitely see that shimmer color in there. Look at that. I like this piece like this. I need to design a memorial like this. All right, now we're going to heat it up. And as I start to push it back together, it is absolutely going to spiral back together. Sorry, this bead I'm kind of dancing around to. I don't know why I like it. It's just kind of mellow. All right, see, it's already starting to naturally twist. Yeah, I don't know why it would be staticky. Oh, I do know why, because we got the damn coronal explosion crap that went on. Look at that. So now you can definitely see that spiral going on. It's going to be over the next 3 days that it happened, that it will affect. So last night, tonight, and the next day. Remember, it takes a long time for those sunbursts to hit us. They don't just like come immediately. All right. What's nice is those little opals are spiraling around. That's why I did it that way. I wanted the opals to spiral all the way through. So we're going to let it cool for a second. Thank you, Anne. Yeah, I like making memorials, especially when you could watch your memorial being made. There's a little satisfying part knowing that the ash actually went into your memorial. That's kind of why I got started doing these. Because when my dog had passed away, I knew of like several people that made memorial glass, but I didn't like really know them. So I was always worried they weren't going to put the ash in there. Like they wouldn't put it in. It was just a fake. So I was really hesitant on going down that road. And then I just decided that I'll do it myself. I'll make my own. And I did. I made my own memorial for my dog, and I posted it on Facebook, and all of my friends were like, oh my God, can you make me a memorial? My dog, my family, and it just exploded into a business from there. It really wasn't my intention to go that direction. It just kind of morphed into it. All right, I'm going to bring it out, let it sit for a second. I don't want it to get too funky monkey. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I hate those wooden boxes they come in too. But, you know, that's part of what it is. But yeah, I've made every one of my pets into a memorial, and they are actually strewn around the yard now too. So I have little glass memorials all around my yard where they used to love hanging out. What do I charge for a memorial? They start out at 75 and go up from there. I have it on my website. Okay, let me see if I got the other filter handy. This one's a little longer. It's a little dirtier, but hey, what do you expect? It's a shop. All right, so this filter is very close to what my glasses are, but you can see now you can kind of see the marble spinning around in there versus that. So that's how I see through the flame. I should probably put this one somewhere where I can get to it handy. Handy dandy. Lori, this is coming out beautiful, by the way. You have a glass urns for most of them? Yeah. Well, the nice thing about a marble, I will tell you, one of my favorite things about doing a memorial, this thing is nearly impossible to break. I mean, it's not unbreakable, but you would work really hard to break this thing. So you can put the ash into a marble and it never worry about it getting broken or ash breaking and spreading all over the place. Wouldn't happen. I'm still working on it, Kilo. I have like a million projects that I have to work through. Okay, let's get this in. So we're starting to round it up. I do have one more little tricky surprise on this. Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles. Why would you say that? That's like the dumbest comment in the world. Seriously. Yeah. My God, call me Shrek. Or something along those lines. Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles? I don't understand that. That's like that's about as creative as belly lint. And I can't think of anything more boring than belly lint. I am spicy tonight, so don't mess with me. All right, we're looking good. Yeah, I can definitely see those opals. Oh my God, the opals are right in the middle. Gloria, I'm going to have to get some photos of this. Yeah, Spicy Jason is activated, right? I'm going to have to definitely get some photos of this. I've never inserted the opals that way. L to the B's, got it. Yeah, you could. I'm going to see if I can show you with the light one more time where the opals are. They're sitting right in the middle. I'm gonna end up having to order more opal. I already know it. Hell yeah, Lori, I love this. Oh my God, can you guys see that? All those little shiny opals running around in there. Oh, wow. Oh my God, every twist and turn this thing has something new. Look at the top. Look at that top. Every twist and turn. Yeah, this is going to look amazing cooled off. Even I'm surprised. That's a good part. And yet we're still not done. I have one more little thing to do. Okay, we're gonna punty up to this side here. We got to work on the other side. If this wasn't a memorial, I would not sell it. Absolutely would not. This would be a keeper. When did Guy Fieri start making glass? When food got expensive. Food got too expensive. I had to pawn my Camaro and go into glass blowing. What can I say? Yeah, definitely have some keepers for sure. All right, we're going to trim this off a little. I want to keep this spiral looking good. Yeah, this is going to be fantastic. You know, I don't blame you. Glass is way cheaper. Yes, glass is cheaper than food. I have a friend that used to own a restaurant, and she used to tell me how expensive it was to run a restaurant. Holy crap, it's expensive. Because I never thought about it, but the food goes bad. And if you don't sell it all, you literally have to throw it away. At least the glass can hold for a while. I made a marble with an artist named Josh Meza. Yeah, I know who that is, the Meza brothers. You got Josh and Eli. All right, so I gotta melt this in. We're gonna take a minute. All right, here we go. We're gonna use the filter again while I'm melting this in. I appreciate it. So there is the filter. That is how I see the world. And versus that. You see it just cuts out a little bit of that super bright flare there. Hey, Wendy, how are you? Good to see you. All right, we got to grab this right here and pull this spiral a little bit better. All the ash is deep, deep, deep inside here, so I'm not too worried about grabbing any of it here. Yes, Wendy, we are making a memorial marble for Lori on here. Lori is currently watching. She has been with me for a very long time on TikTok, almost since the beginning, hanging out and always being around. So we're doing a memorial marble for her. I'm not too toasty, but it is a little warm. It's not too. No, Mike, it is not a pet. Lori is free to share her information if she wants. ever made a bottle of wine or something? Nope. I have not. I guess technically if you drink all the wine, you kind of made a bottle out of it. So yeah, maybe. All right, so I'm melting this in just a little bit more. I have one little spot that I need to bring out real quick, and then we're going to do the last little bit of this. I know, Wendy, it is really cool. And then after this, we're going to reapply the jellyfish blob, the top of the jellyfish from the one I made last night, because it broke. And it was sad because I opened up the kiln. The crack was only probably a centimeter and barely visible, but I knew it was there and I just couldn't leave it. So I preheated it in the kiln and tried hitting it with my micro torch, and the crack just ran all the way down, even though I had preheated the hell out of it. So that was telling me that I need to remake the top. All right, so we're gonna bring it over here. I'm gonna start using the smaller mold. This is what gives it its final roundness. You start going smaller and smaller, and they start getting better and better. There. What's up, Belinda? How are you? How are you doing anyways, Wendy? You doing good? Okay, so the last little bit of trick on here is going to be, Lori had mentioned her sister liked pink. I don't want to, I was going to do this pink here, but this will throw the whole thing off. It won't look good. So we're going to do the gold fume pink on top of the bottom down here. We're going to spiral it around. We're going to layer it, encapsulate it, spiral it around a little more, and put a little tiny layer of gold pink in there. Got back on a decent schedule. There you go. Wow, my camera just glitched. All right, who sent the gift? Thank you. Elback, thank you so much for the ready cheer. All right, let's add the gold. All right, last little bit we're going to do here. We're just going to add the gold. I'm going to encapsulate it. Where are you? There you are. Little tiny chunk of gold hiding on me. Ooh, it's hot. A little bit more. All right. So it got a little shiny on the back there. See how it just kind of added a little metallic-y? So we're going to come through and we're going to spike it up a little by trapping this with little dots. And then we're going to spiral it up a little bit more. No, the flame doesn't push the particles in. I'm going to trap it right now with this glass rod. So right now we just added those dots. Everywhere that dot is, that gold is going to stay. Everywhere it's not, it's going to disappear. So we're going to heat it up, blend it in, and then I'm going to continuously spiral. It's going to take that little dot and elongate it. It's no longer going to look like a dot. It's going to look like a spinning spiral in this. Grab it there and start spinning it around. Got to heat it up a little more. I'm going to have to let it drip a little bit. See how it's dripping down that way? Then I can grip it and definitely get that spiral twist going. Like that. Maybe, I'm hoping you can see the little bit of a spiral with the gold. We're going to bring it out and let it cool off for just a second. You should see these little feathering spots all the way around it. And that is the gold in there, and that will turn pink. There it is. That's the feathering right there. And it'll have that nice golden hue to it, so it'll be shiny too. What's up, Bay? How are ya? Thank you for the sun balloon. Jenny and the Jets, how are you? And Lori, we are on the tube with this too, so if you want to show this to family or something, you can just replay this. It's going to be saved. That's why I do like having it on the tube, because it basically saves your memorial being made permanently. Thank you for the finger hearts, Miss Goody Goody. Yeah, so that's why I do like it on there. Can you touch it? No. Now, say that in the wrong environment, that'll get you arrested. All right, here we go. Thank you. Yeah, we're just kind of having, this is looking good. Belinda, you're all good. All good. This is a memorial marble, so this contains ash from one of my followers on TikTok. It is of her sister. So, and we've had this for a little bit, and we scheduled it for tonight. I have to do one for Red Squeak. I have to do Red Squeaks still. And we got to schedule that. So we got a bunch we have to still get done. We're almost done with this one, though. This one's pretty close, and then we're going to work on the jellyfish. But when I saw the jellyfish and I pulled it out of the kiln and I looked at it, hit it with the black light, oh my God, the strands are glowing like crazy, the little tentacles. And I saw that crack. I didn't want to fix it, but I knew I had to. I couldn't leave it. And I was going to photograph it before fixing it, but I said, no, if I photograph it and I post it, I'm not going to want to fix it for a while. All right, we're now moving to the smaller molds. This is absolutely stunning. I am getting some photos of this tomorrow. Yeah, that looks really good. All right, last check. We got to let it cool off a little bit. Can you put hair in the marble? You can, but it turns to ash. I mean, it's literally gone. It is toasted real fast. How come that one isn't done yet? Because it's not perfect. It's not done till it's done. All right, let's bring it out. Oh my God, there we go. There are the spirals. We've got the purple, we got the opals running through it all the way around. Multi-purples, look at those opals bouncing through there. Nice little pink bottom on there, spiraled. Yeah, this is epic zone. All right, one last punty, and then this one will be done. So this is the final punty transfer. This is where it gets really scary. There is a 50-50 chance if I bump it the wrong way, the thing will fall off. It will not hurt the marble, okay? It will not damage the marble, won't hurt it, won't do anything. It just sucks to have it happen, because then you got to pick it up with a tool. But it will not hurt the marble if it falls. Okay, it is barely on there. Let it cool, don't want to move. Step back. Yeah, this is where I move around the marble. Almost done. Last little bit right here. Okay, and then we just smooth that out just a tiny bit. All right, we're looking good. And the reason I'm looking at it bending over instead of flipping this around is if I bring this too far up at the wrong angle, the marble can literally fall off the rod. It's just not attached very well. So I have to be Gumby for a little bit. All right, it's perfect. Last little polish, and we're gonna grab Dragonfly Creations marble tool, and we're gonna finish this off. I would not be able to do this very well without this. All right, and this is how you remove the marble from the stick. And we're gonna grip it right there. Let it settle, make sure we're all good. and then tap. Off it comes. That's what I was saying. It's barely on there. Let it cool for a second before I pop it in there. Look at that. She's beautiful. Oh my God, that pink came out really good too. Oh my God, it's beautiful. I appreciate that, Lori. All right, that, thank goodness. I need to grab a drink now, though. There we go. You tell I like lime green? Okay, so now we need to do the jellyfish. You got it, Lori. Of course. All right, two things for the jellyfish. We got to get some gold ready. I got a little bit of gold, but not enough. We're going to have to chunk it up. Probably going to have to cut the new coin. I don't think I have any more of this little bits in here. Is there anybody in there? Nope. Damn it. So this is what I have to use for the gold. This is the Canadian maple leaf. It is pure gold. And this is what I cut up. That. So we're about to mutilate a coin. I hate doing this. Did I get anything off there? Nope. A little bit there. A little bit there. All right, sorry. Had to tear up a gold coin. No, I can't bring the marble back out. Sorry. I just can't. It is in there, and I can't risk it with the temperature shifts now. But if you go on YouTube, you can watch it. You can go on there right now and probably rewind. Like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. All right, we're going to pick up that gold. Like that. So what I did is I cut a little gold coin there, and I fused it onto the end of this glass rod. It's like a little pimple on the end of this glass rod. All right, let's get the jellyfish all cleaned up here. God, that's off balance. All right, I got to pull the jellyfish top we had done out so I know a size reference. There it is. See, I had fixed it and it just didn't clean up very well. But I did polish the hell out of the inside with metal. There's a couple scars on it now. I'm not totally thrilled with it. But we're going to leave it out there so I have a size reference. What's up, Betty? How are ya? Okay. Okay, so we're going to use the lime green again. We're going to fume it and do exactly the same. Although I'm going to build the hook ahead of time. Let's get that part out of the way. So I'm going to build this ahead of time. Yeah, the color looked amazing. Wendy, this was so beautiful. It is all uranium on the bottom. So all those tentacles glow with the uranium. No, the scars don't make it more fragile. They just look ugly. Yeah, it's like you could see where it cracked, and then I put it back together, but you could see it. It just doesn't look right. I mean, technically, would you be able to spot it? Probably not. But I would know it's there. And that's the part that would bug the hell out of me. Okay, we are making the little hook first. So I have it ready to go. There we go. Attach. I'm definitely going to make it a little thicker because it is a little bit of a heavy piece. It is not light. This watch cracks me up. It keeps telling me to get up. It's like, no, I am busy. Okay, we're going to bring it out here. Smooth that out. And I'm hoping I have a little bit of a shorty rod here. You're about as short as it is. So we're going to create a little attachment point here. Get it all nice and prepped. Okay, that's definitely going to be strong enough. So this is the hook that's going to, keep everything held together. Does that get hot on your face? Nope. Look, see, not hot. Not at all. In fact, that felt kind of good because I was cold. We're going to push the marble way in the back now. Okay, so next step, we're going to take the lime green and we're going to create the bobble again and make this all over. And hopefully this time it does not crack. We're going to fuse everything together really, really good before I get too far with it. I am working on the jellyfish. So I finished it yesterday and it was looking amazing, but there was a little tiny crack right there, like right in that spot, which I didn't like. One, I didn't like it having a crack in it at all, but two, that's kind of a place you don't want to have it cracked, right at the hook. It's not a good location. All right, let's bring this in. Hopefully it doesn't explode, especially since I just cleaned my bench. There we are. We're looking good. No explosions. What's up, cruising? How are ya? Nope, no gloves. All right, so let's warm this up. First thing we're going to do is we're going to fume the outside of it again with the silver. What's up, Zero? How much gas do you need for all this? Depends on how big the piece is. How much you're working and how big the items are. All right, we got to pull this down just a tiny bit. It is a little bit off. Next step is we're going to seal this little area back here up a little. And that's going to allow me to kind of add a lot of pressure and heat to it without it falling off. Almost looks like a pickle right now. So we're just going to work on that little tiny spot right there. My liquid tank is running low. I can already tell. I mean, it's not going to run out on me right now, but it's getting low. My flame keeps fluctuating. All right, we are looking fantastic. That's exactly what I needed. I needed this area to be thickened up a tiny bit. Pickle Rick? Yeah. Pickle Rick. It does, it does stay malleable for a little while, but not as long as like a soft glass. Soft glass, which is a different, it's still glass and you can use it for glass blowing, but it's a different consistency. That stays like hot for a very long time. Okay, so next step, we are going to silver fume this. I'll warm it up a tiny bit. We're going to grab the silver. So what happens on a silver fuming, we're going to superheat the silver, a little tiny chunk of it, and it's going to turn to almost like a vapor. And it's going to be down here. The torch is going to carry that vapor up to this piece and get it to stick, essentially silver plating the glass item. And that's the best way I can explain it, because I don't know how to describe it other than magic, other than that. Yep, it is boral. Okay, that is my gold. There is my silver. So there's a little tiny chunk of silver right there. Now this goes very fast, so don't blink. And like that, we are polished. And now it is silver plated. See, told you. Shiny. Yeah, kind of shiny, right? That is literally silver plated. All right, now we got to burn that silver in. We're going to use a very light flame with it. Okay, we're all burned in. It looks good. Next step is we're going to heat it up and we're going to blow out a bubble at one end. So we're going to bring it out here. We're just going to create the bubble. Just have to get it hot enough. I don't want to overcook it though. We should be good there. All right. Almost like a hot air balloon, right? Then we're going to bring it down and we're going to make this part a lot thicker right now. I'm going to shrink it down and try and get it super, super thick because this is where the majority of the weight will be. So it needs to be ultra, ultra strong. There we are. And then we're going to bring it down. So hopefully you can see how thick it is right at that top portion versus the rest of it. So this is where the bulk of the weight's going to be, and that's where it's going to be, the most pressure. So I had to add a little bit of strength to it by thickening it up. This next part, we're going to add a little punty rod on here. I'll show you with the flashlight before we go too far because this looks actually kind of cool. I don't know if you can see that iridescence to it. So that's what the silver fuming does. Gives it all that iridescence. Now we go back to it. And we're going to attach there. Like that. Then my favorite part, we got to open this tube up. Then use a little tiny flame right here. Gonna heat up this little core section right now. Then we got to do a process called a flame cut. I'm going to over exaggerate this because it just looks cool and I want to show you. Little whistle. Hey, not bad. Unexpected whistle. Yeah, the fuming definitely changes the color. Singing jellyfish. Then we're going to cut it. Like that. That's what came off right there from cutting it. Okay, time to do the flare. Y'all ready? Yeah, I didn't get the bubble as big this time. Does glass blowing get repetitive? Sometimes. Yeah. I always tell people that when they want to start this, you have to pick a direction. Do you want it as a hobby or do you want to make money? If you want to make money, you have to learn to make 5 or 6 items that you can make really, really good. And you are going to make them till you have nightmares about them. Because that's what pays the bills. Then occasionally you get to do fun stuff. All right, we got a nice little section there. Almost looks like a cup, right? And we're going to heat it up, and let me do it this side so you guys can see it better. We're going to flare it way out. And let it just kind of naturally drip. Oops, sorry, in the camera. Give it a little bit more character there. Like that. So now we have a nice little ruffle to it. Yep, this is my full-time job. All right, next step, I'm going to change it a little different than we did this one. I'm going to fume the inside really, really heavy. We're going to multi-coat it, and then we'll put the attachment in there, and hopefully it creates a little bit of a cool color combo in. So pay attention to the inside right now. We're going to change it all up. So we're going to do the silver first, just a light coating of it. There we are. So you can see it doesn't look like we added a lot of color to it, right? Watch. Now look at it. It just got shiny. Like that. But this is what it does to the outside. See how it just kind of changed that whole color spectrum? Like that. All right, then we got to add the gold. So this is what's going to make it look super fantastic, is adding the gold. So gold has an entirely different flame chemistry. And we're going to grab that little chunk right there and fire it up. Give it a second to calm down, but there. Now you can see the outside is looking pretty good at the moment. Still needs more, but definitely has that golden hue to it. Definitely have to go a little more. I'm going to bake this on there. Give it some shades of gold. Now you can definitely see it shiny. And that is literally gold plated. What's up, Danica? How are you? All right, so we got the jellyfish top done. We got some amazing colors transferring through it. Let's put the jellyfish on. Let me line it up and make sure it's all good to go first. All right. This part sucks. All right, that is good. Let's bring it out. I think we're pretty okay. A little bit of a wrinkle in there. We're going to pull that out. And detach it here. Yeah, there's the jelly. We'll leave that one sit in there for a little bit. Yeah, that one looks much better. I'm happy it came out. Yeah, that one came out. This one, like I said, this one came out okay, but when it cracked on me, I was just like so disappointed. I was like super. So you can see it dented right there too. That little spot where it cracked, and I was fixing it, and it, yeah, just sucks. And that happens. All right. We're going to try a durability test. Are you hot? No. All right. Okay. It lived. I can do that. Yeah, the newer one looks much better. It came out a heck of a lot better. I don't know if this is still hot. It's still warm. Let's see. Oh, the hook came off. But that's okay. We can do that. Yeah, the jellyfish came out super fantastic. I am very, very happy with it. Not disappointed at all. Yeah, it is strong now. It cracked, and then I fixed the crack, but the crack looked like dog crap. Okay, we're gonna do a big ass candy cane. I don't know if I can do a big candy cane. I really don't. I've never tried one. But I'm going to try it with something other than red because I don't have red up here right now. So we're going to do some white and I don't know what other color. Maybe we'll do gold. We'll gold fume it. That would look good. We'll do white and gold, which will be pink. Actually, there's a big ass chunk of something on here. There we go. Seriously? Now my glass rod over here cracked because it was taking forever. That's all right. We're going to be pulling part of this off anyway. So yeah, we're going to do white and pink. We're going to make a gigantic candy cane. How did I get started in glassblowing? My mother got me started. She started when I was 2 years old. So I was very lucky to have grown up with it. How big? I don't know. We're going to see how big it goes. We're going to try it. But I can tell you this is about, I don't know, shit, 8 inches. And then we're going to spiral it, add color, and pull it. I don't know. It's going to be big. I got to attach a single rod to the other end, though, to warm this thing up. So it's not going to ride around here and stay balanced very well. It is heavy. How heavy? I would say this is at least a pound. Yeah, I would say it's at least a pound. Which a pound doesn't sound like a lot till you're holding it way out here. What's up, Heather? If you want to see what it's like to kind of feel how this is, go grab a can of soup and hold it extended out in your arm for you know, 5-10 minutes. And spin it around while you're at it. This is solid. Yep. You're watching from Fiji. I love your water. Love Fiji water. Okay, so next step is we got to add the color to it. Actually, I don't think I have enough white, like long enough rods. We may have to do blue and pink. Blue and gold. Yeah, I don't have, I don't want to sit here and put all those little rods together. So we're going to have to do blue and gold fume. It'll still look good. Let's go. Okay, so next step is going to be grabbing and striping it down. Okay, there's stripe number 1. We're going to have to go around this a few times. So we're just going to bring it down. I don't know if this blue is dark enough. Well, whatever it is, it'll look good. What's up, Joshua? Right there. Two more stripes of the blue, then we'll gold fume it and add the clear on top of that. And see if we can make this into a cool candy cane. If it doesn't work out as a candy cane, it'll make really good frit. And here we go. Okay, so we got lots of blue running around. We're gonna have to grab the gold. We're gonna bring it up. What's up, Christy? How are you? Good to see you in. How are you doing tonight? All right, so we're going to gold fume the hell out of this. This is going to be a lot of gold. So I hope this works out. And let's find the gold. There it is. and start fuming. There we are, bringing it all the way around. A little bit more. So now we have the gold fuming all the way around it. You can see how shiny it is. That is literally all gold. Brought all the way around. And there we go. Okay, here we go. So what was happening is the flame was heating up the gold and basically turning it into a vapor almost. What's up, lady? How are you? And that vapor was getting transferred via the flame. The flame was using, the gold was using the flame as a conduit to travel to the glass rod. And then wherever the glass rod was entering the flame, it was grabbing that gold that was flying. And right now, everywhere I'm putting this clear rod down, it is trapping that gold. Kind of like sandwiching tinfoil in between two sheets of glass. We're going to bring it out here. Now, because it doesn't have white in it, it's probably not going to look too candy cane-ish, but the concept will be there. So we just have to stripe it all the way around. Uh-oh. I heard a tiny little crack. It's probably right at the punty here. Yep, right there. Don't you break off. So the potential is this thing will break off, fall in my damn lap. There we go. Go on one more. So I'm going to speed it up a little. And one last stripe. One more and we're done. And then we can twist this up and hopefully get a cool color. With any luck, it'll look good. There. So now we got multiple colors bouncing through it. I know it doesn't look like it, but they are in there. I know it just might be different, that's all. It's just going to be a different color combo. But this is where it's going to get a little bit heavy and crazy. So we're going to have to Put that on there, and then we're gonna have to heat the whole thing up pretty fast. And I don't know if I have a long enough arms to actually stretch it. We're gonna have to figure it out. Ooh. I've never done the twist this big before. All right, one last pass with the big flame. So the bigger sword that I have, this is kind of how I made the hilt. You stripe it down, but it was all clear. There wasn't any color to it. So if I remember right, we grab it this way. Always got to heat the ends more than the middle, because as I'm going back and forth, it's always heating the middle. Take it down, and we're going to start the twist. Okay, that was not fun. So this rod here is too small to hold it. I need it thicker, because this one's a little thicker, this one's a little thinner. So as I was spinning that up, I was not getting an even pace. It was hard to try and keep up. So that part was not very much fun. Well, at least we'll get practice doing a candy cane bend. I feel like a snake charmer, you know, one of those Cobra snake charmers. Felt so freaking weird doing that. Anyway, I think the bend came out okay. I don't like the colors. We definitely need to have white in there. It 1000% needs a white. But we'll use the flashlight and I can show you how the color does actually come out. You can see it. It actually looks very purpley. Has like a purple. Well, let me go this way, damn it. There. Has a very purple look to it with that gold and cobalt. All right, I got to pop it in the kiln though. I'll do that bottom portion later. Got a little cold in there. So yeah, that was a little bit chilly. Okay. Thank you, Christy, for the ready to cheer. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for the ready to cheers. I do need to take a break for a little bit. It has been 2 hours. I will be back in just a little while, but I need to get up, stretch, and grab some water, and then I will be back. So I probably should turn that off, but I need to get up and stretch for sure. Yep, I will see you in a little bit, Christy. Thank you so much. Yep, see you soon. I just have to take a break for a short little bit. All right, TikTok, I'm going to sign off. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in a bit. And YouTube, I will see you all in just a little bit. I definitely need to get up and stretch. I'll see you in a bit.